caring parents lose custody in Illinois, not because they were neglectful, but because they couldn't demonstrate their parenting effectively to the court. I'm Jeff Hughes, lead attorney at Sterling Lawyers, and in this video, I will reveal how to document your parenting in a way that Illinois judges, guardian ad litems, and family court professionals cannot overlook. By the end, you'll understand how to build an evidence trail that demonstrates your commitment and prioritizes your child's welfare above all else. Because I've witnessed it repeatedly, devoted parents who are present daily still lose significant parenting time simply because they fail to construct the narrative the Illinois family court system required. Start by establishing your documentation framework. You're feeling buried. I understand completely. There are text messages, medical appointments, school emails, and you're unsure where to begin. Perhaps you believe it's already too late, or that every single item must be documented. That is not the case. Here is your starting point. Set up a primary folder on your phone, your cloud storage, or whatever. Then create these subfolders. 1, parenting time records. 2, healthcare documentation. 3, educational materials. 4, communication history. Now you will be in this one a lot. Number 5, financial records. And number 6, legal documents. Next, maintain a shared digital calendar or private journal to track your parenting activities. There are co-parenting platforms and apps out there like Two Houses or Our Family Wizard, and they are admissible in Illinois courts. And they provide an automatic timestamp of interactions. I recall once we had a client named Maria, and as she approached us, it was clear that she was an intelligent, very articulate woman, but her documentation was scattered everywhere. Screenshots were on her phone, emails across multiple accounts, and files were spread between different cloud services. So we assisted her in consolidating everything systematically. And within 2 weeks, she possessed a chronological record that conveyed her story more powerful than any witness testimony could. In family court, you are not merely gathering information, you are crafting a compelling narrative that Illinois family courts can trust. Now, once your organizational system is operational, let's discuss maximizing its effectiveness. It starts with the importance of maintaining comprehensive parenting records. We all know that quality time with your child is crucial. However, without proper documentation, the court may remain unaware. There's a misconception often in family court, and that is that the judge simply just recognizes my parental dedication. That is incorrect. Illinois judges examine behavioral patterns. Documentation reveals these patterns clearly. Now, there are essential items to record: specific dates, times, and locations, activity details like school pickup completed or supervised math homework, missed exchanges or delayed arrivals, school communication and medical updates, supporting photographs or message screenshots when they are relevant. I recall once we had a client named Rachel, and her ex was claiming falsely that she wasn't actively involved with parenting. However, Rachel maintained detailed records, daily documentation, meal preparations, bedtime routines, science project assistance, parent-teacher conference attendance. Her entries, they were not dramatic, but they were consistent. And it was that consistency that established her credibility with the judge and with the Illinois court process. So consider each documented entry as a building material, and that you are constructing a foundation of dependability and credibility with the Illinois court system. The most effective way to demonstrate your dedication is to showcase your track record of consistent parental involvement. But what about managing all of those communications and details? Well, another big one is to archive all communications with the other parent, because cases turn on co-parenting capacity of both parties, and this is a great way to demonstrate that. Well, here is what preserving communication looks like. Keeping track of all text message threads that are of any sort of relevance at all. Certainly email correspondence, voicemail recordings. Organize those all by subject matter. Now, some of the big ones are missed pickup incidents or exchange incidents, schedule modification requests, healthcare decision disputes. Probably the best thing that you can do when it comes to communication is to restrict all of your communication to inside a parenting app that I mentioned earlier. These provide timestamps, verifications, and Illinois judges really appreciate them. I recall once we had an opposing party and he missed his time with his child, and he claimed that it was because he was sick. However, our client presented a social media photograph of that very evening, showing him in a social gathering, and the judge remained silent and looked at him with eyes askance because the judge knew that he was lying. And once that happened, the hearing shifted immediately. So assume that every message you compose will become courtroom evidence. Success depends not only on factual accuracy, but also on maintaining appropriate tone, timing, and professionalism throughout all of the interactions. Now let's transform all of that documentation to something that the judge can effectively utilize. And I'm talking about the format of evidence presentation to the judge. Now, our Illinois judges lack the time to examine extensive documentation, so your presentation must be efficient and crystal clear. Now, my favorite implementation strategy is a chronological timeline of significant events, along with a visual calendar showing what was scheduled and then what actually happened. I also like data charts covering support payments, medical participation, and pickup compliance. And that should all be covered with a single page executive summary with key points and documentation cross-references. So don't overwhelm the judge with extensive paperwork. Present a coherent, clean, highlight-filled narrative. You are not simply assembling a legal case. You're constructing a visual story that the Illinois Family Court judge can easily follow. Avoid dumping documents and instead demonstrate clear patterns of responsible parenting. But look, even the best documentation won't matter if the court thinks that you're unstable, unsafe, or unfit. In our next video, I'll walk you through the top red flags that judges watch for and the most common behaviors that can damage a custody case in Illinois, even when you're a loving parent. Because being present isn't always enough. You have to protect how you are presented. Click below and I will show you the mistakes that can cost parents everything.